You've heard it said, health is wealth, so enrich your life with the Healthy Home Hour, brought to you by the Healthy Home Market. Every Sunday, 9 to 10 a.m. Know what's new and classic for health and wellness. Meet the local and national experts. Live God's plan to thrive, not just survive. I'm your host, Holly Adams, and welcome to the Healthy Home Hour. Happy spring! It's here at last, and hope you've seen all the flowering trees just, kind of showing off around the Queen City right now. I mean, oh my gosh, they are jewels on the street out there. Every year, our southern landscape puts on a real show, but this year, it seems like it's more beautiful than ever. Just look around as you're out there driving. But you know, all those flowering things, they do come at a cost. Like, how are your allergies and how do you cope? So we thought now would be a good time to focus on the inner environment of our bodies and how to maximize health for allergy season. And what's the best way to do that? Talk with Hamilton Cabanilla of Enzymedica, the enzyme experts. Enzymes, turns out, they are an important part of our well-being. In fact, they're in every cell of your body. And Hamilton is an international educator and holistic nutritionist. And here, this Healthy Home Hour, to tell us what you'll want to know this season and other seasons about enzymes and what they can do for you. So Hamilton, thanks for being with us. Where are you this morning? I know you travel extensively educating folks. Where are you today?
Well, actually here at the home office, here in Venice, Florida. So weather's great. Can't complain too much.
Nice. So first off, Hamilton, tell us about enzymes generally. I mean, there's just so many different ones, and there's also a couple of very distinctive categories of enzymes. What are enzymes, and what are these differences all about?
Absolutely. That's a great question, Holly. In their simplest form, we can simply define an enzyme as a protein. It's a protein that's found literally in every living thing on Earth, whether, it's a human, an animal, a plant. Everything living requires enzymes. But they're a special kind of protein. They're a protein that can serve as a catalyst. It can cause certain reactions or allow them to happen in a timely basis to sustain life. Us as humans, for example, we produce thousands of different enzymes for very specific purposes. Everything you can think of, for example, your eyes blinking, your heart beating, your brain, making thoughts, firing of synapses, all these different things have very specific enzymes that our body produces to sustain life, to allow us to do everything we do. Other enzymes are also created in our body to digest our food and turn what we consume into something usable, something beneficial for our body. So enzymes really are kind of the ground floor, but kind of the forgotten friend, if you will, of life in general, because literally in one book it kind of compared enzymes, saying that the planet Earth would literally look like the moon if it wouldn't be for enzymes. So there's different categories. Some help us therapeutically, some help us digestively, but there's so much involved in everything that has to do with our lives.
So they really kind of give, it sounds like they give kind of the juice to the planet.
Correct. You can think of them there kind of as that foundation, that electricity that allows reactions to happen. As a crazy example, in one book I was reading, talking about blinking our eyes, it said it could take anywhere from 70 to 80 years to blink once if we didn't have enzymes speeding up that reaction. So talk about dry eye.
Right. So the dry eyes, a lot of people suffer from that. Would that be as a result of a lack of enzymes?
Well, in many cases, different enzymes have different reactions in our body. They're supporting many specific functions. And though we can't maybe go to a health food store and buy a specific enzyme for dry eye or to help us blink, but we can support kind of our overall enzymatic energy, that enzymatic ability to help us, support all these different functions. So it's kind of lending a hand in a certain area so our body can do a better job at other areas.
Okay. So, there's just so much to tease out here. There's a lot of information I want to be sure to impart to everybody, and so excited to have you here to share what you know, which is huge. Enzymedica is it is like the Cadillac of enzyme companies. And you've got 24 different enzymes and formulas and others. Maybe I don't even know all of them. I'm wondering why there's so many, and how did you all become the best in the industry? You've been voted number one in the industry nationwide many times.
Thank you for that, Holly. And absolutely, and I'm very proud to be part of the education department here at Enzymedica. We feel that part of the reason we've reached that status as the category leader in enzymes in the U.S. Is really because it's our sole focus. Since 1998, when we were founded, all of the products we produce, all of the research we do, everything we kind of investigate has to do with enzymes. Back when the company was founded, there were very few, if any, really enzyme-based products or enzymes to support digestion, or much less enzymes to support therapeutic purposes. So when Enzymedica was founded, it really filled a void in this natural supplement industry. And Tom Bohager, who is our founder, kind of wanted a special company. So ever since we were founded, all of our products have always had the highest purity in the sense that they don't have any fillers or excipients like magnesium stearate or titanium dioxide or any artificial colors or flavors or sodium or anything of that matter. Free of all types of allergens, dairy, wheat, gluten, all these things that for people with sensitivities are going to cause a reaction. So because of all of our research being focused in enzymes, we've also always been kind of on the cutting edge of product innovations, the blending of enzymes, adding different ingredients to support digestion further. And all these different things are really what have made our products so efficacious for individuals that they keep going back to the product because it's really resolved and made a difference in their lives, not only in digestion, but just in their overall health.
Sure. And I've experienced that myself with Enzymedica. I'm wondering, it's so curious, you don't need enzymes for a long time. You think you're fine, and then you hit a wall at some point in your life, and many things affect enzyme production. Talk to us a little bit about that. Does the body naturally produce some enzymes, and do we run out, and why do we need to supplement?
Absolutely. That's a great question. Dr. Howell, who was I would kind of compare him to the George Washington, kind of that founding father of enzyme therapy. He had a comparison. He kind of felt that, our enzyme production was somewhat limited in our lifetime. He called it our enzyme potential, that we're all kind of born with X amount of enzymes or ability to produce enzymes throughout our lifetime. And unfortunately, like you mentioned, as we age, it's just a part of life. That enzyme bank account, if you will, starts reducing. So what he recommended and what he felt, we can do about it is simply try to conserve that enzyme potential or that enzyme bank account. And there's many different ways. Again, lifestyle choices, eating well, trying to eat more raw foods, exercising. But again, when we do consume cooked foods, supplementing, adding some help to digest that food for us. Because again, if we had a literal bank account, that our life depended on it, we'd want to make the least amount of withdrawals from it as possible. And that's kind of what we're doing with supplemental enzymes. We're letting these plant-based enzymes do most of the work digesting the food for us, so that enzyme potential is used wisely. It's used in areas that are of greater value sometimes, like our immune system or healing an injury or inflammation, cell regeneration, etc.
Wow, so they're responsible for so much of the body. I alluded to it at the top of the hour, talking about the differences in enzymes, and it seems to break down. There's two categories. There's the metabolic, and then there's the digestive, and we're going to focus mostly on digestive today. But just so we know, what are the metabolic enzymes?
Absolutely. And basically the two main categories, like you mentioned, are those you take to help you digestively. They're going to help you break down your foods. But when we talk about the other category, kind of your metabolic or therapeutic enzymes, as we like to call them, enzymes, when taken away from food, can support many different avenues of our health. They can support, for example, our immune system. Naturally, our immune system uses enzymes to kind of help keep our blood filtered, help clean up any debris that may be occurring in any injuries or, surgery or some type of trauma we've had. They help against fighting against viruses, bacteria, etc. So all we're doing really by taking a supplemental immune product with enzymes is kind of giving more little soldiers to that immune army. They support other health challenges such as inappropriate inflammation in the body. They can support cardiovascular function. They can support seasonal challenges, like you mentioned earlier. Spring is in the air. Sometimes our body's overreacting to certain things in the air, whether it's pollen, whether it's grass. And actually, sometimes that indicates an enzyme deficiency in our body. So again, supplementing with these enzymes, but again, taken away from food. So again, what we recommend generally is an hour before a meal or 2 hours after. They enter your bloodstream and can function in all these other wonderful ways.
So you're saying, so that's just the metabolic enzymes, but the digestive enzymes you would take with food?
Absolutely.
Okay.
The key of digestive enzymes is making direct contact with the food substrate. So we generally recommend you can swallow the capsule. Our capsule is a vegetarian capsule, opens in about 30 seconds to 60 seconds. And then as food goes down your esophagus, it starts making contact with the enzymes. And generally, I kind of compare digestive enzymes to little scissors. As food comes down, it's just like a little scissor that starts cutting away at those large substrates, breaking them down to smaller molecules. So it'll turn that protein into simple amino acids. It'll turn that carbohydrate into simple sugars, or turn that fat into fatty acids, which are now the elements that our body can use, again, as the building blocks of life.
Wow, that is just so cool. I mean, without enzymes, it doesn't sound like we're going to be able to digest and absorb and just blink our eyes. So they're very important. So folks, stay with us. We got lots to talk about today with the one and only Hamilton Cabanilla of Enzymedica, talking about how you can really ramp up your life and your energy and get the most out of your food. Right here, stay with us for the Healthy Home Hour, sponsored by the Healthy Home Market and Streets 103.3.
Friends, do you eat the amount of vegetables recommended by every major health organization, 5 to 9 servings daily to maintain health? Well, according to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, less than 9% of American adults do. Luckily, there's a great solution, and it even tastes good. Healthy and Slim Daily Greens Formula by AlloLife. It's an easy and delicious way to get in the daily recommended servings of dark green leafy vegetables. Healthy and Slim Daily Greens Formula is top quality, certified organic greens blended with whole leaf aloe vera and Nepal cactus to support energy and stamina. Each heaping teaspoon supplies 3 servings of dark green vegetables that contain life-supporting nutrients, proteins, minerals, vitamins, and even essential fatty acids that people need to support body wellness. To learn more, visit www.allolife.com or call 1-800-414-ALLO. That's 1-800-414-2563. You can also find AlloLife products at finer health food stores nationwide. AlloLife, where being healthy never tasted so good.
Skin Gel by AlloLife is made from fresh, certified, organically grown aloe vera leaves. The formula contains 1% skin nutrients of vitamin E, A, and C combined with additional herbal extracts. The ultimate value of Skin Gel is unmatched by any other topical aloe vera on the market today. The golden yellow color shows the presence of the yellow sap used traditionally for healthy skin. Skin Gel by AlloLife is a natural and safe way to support the body, popular for hair, scrapes, burns, scars, sunburn damage, or troubled skin. Skin Gel by Aloe Life is a natural astringent, perfect to apply to clean, washed skin to tighten, and may even support cell regeneration, as shown in Aloe Life's 1997 skin study. Follow with face and body lotion for maximum benefits. Look for Aloe Life products at your local health food store or online at aloelife.com, or call them today at 1-800-414-2563. That's 1-800-414-ALOE. The Aloe people. Aloe Life.
Friends, are you in and out of doctors' offices suffering with digestive issues, gas, heartburn, allergies, weight loss challenges, depression, or declining health in general? Well, find out why and what to do about it in the best health book of the century, fully referenced, called Beyond Gluten Intolerance, GIS. 3 books in one with 12 chapters, well referenced, including recipes, and over 80 health conditions and 20 healthy focus factors required to reach optimum health. Beyond Gluten Intolerance, GIS, is for people living with any disease, those who desire to reach a healthy weight goal, and others purely seeking disease prevention and learning how to stay healthy. Visit www.beyondglutenintolerance.com. That's beyondglutenintolerance.com, or call 1-800-414-2563. Learn how making just a few dietary adjustments and getting digestion functioning back again makes the world of difference, often in just days. Visit www.beyondglutenintolerance.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, listen up. This is your favorite superhero, Captain Immune System. I'm always hard at work defending you against millions of bacteria, viruses, toxins, and parasites that would love to invade your body. But sometimes, even superheroes need a helping hand, especially with winter approaching. It's your job to help protect the protector. So start by eating a better diet, exercising, getting plenty of rest, and adding some quality supplements to your life. One being my partner in crime, aloe vera. Aloe vera is full of vitamins, minerals, enzymes, amino acids, and micronutrients that can help me, the immune system, to be strong and resilient against infection. Many scientists and researchers believe that aloe vera supports the body to fight illnesses and diseases. When choosing an aloe vera product, quality is everything. Aloe Life has been crafting the highest quality aloe vera products for decades. To learn more, visit aloelife.com or call 1-800-414-ALOE. Aloe Life is available in finer health food stores nationwide.
Novocaine, baby, baby. Novocaine, baby.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Healthy Home Hour. I'm Holly Adams, and we're here with Enzymedica educator, international educator, and holistic nutritionist, Hamilton Cabanilla. And we're talking about enzymes and all the variety of enzymes. But before we get to that, I just want to tell you about what's coming up at the Healthy Home Market this coming week. It's going to be Tuesday on the 31st, coming up already, March 31st. It's a class called Empowering Women Through EFT Tapping, or Emotional Freedom Technique. This EFT therapy is now being used actually by the military and at various therapeutic centers and psychologists and psychiatrists. This is a powerful tool that utilizes the acupuncture points with simple just tapping along them. And there's all kinds of evidence that it's extremely effective. So this Tuesday, you have an opportunity to see what it's all about from 7 to 8:30 at the Healthy Home Markets Community Wellness Center. It's free to you. And Dawn Gratolf, who is an expert in EFT therapy, will be there to kind of get you started to see what you think about it and how it might help you. And coming up in April, on the 18th of April, we're having the Health Fair, the Healthy Home Market Health Fair in Plaza Midwood at our new store. That's at 1330 Central Avenue in Charlotte. And the zip, if you're doing GPS, is 28205. And there'll be practitioners and food vendors, vitamin educators, free samples, gift raffles, and lots more. There'll be free goodie bags for the first 300 people. So the show starts from 1, goes to 4. So for those free goodie bags, you want to be there right at 4 o'clock to see what you might get for vitamins and hair care products and good snacks, healthy snacks. So I hope to see you there on the 18th of April for the Healthy Home Market Health Fair. So Hamilton, one of the things that I always wonder about, and people ask, can enzymes do anything to help people with acid reflux?
Absolutely, Holly. A lot of times symptoms of acid reflux or GERD or anything of that, kind of burning sensation in the throat that many people occasionally suffer, after meals is usually just a symptom of poor digestion. In many cases, foods are sitting too long in their stomach. Foods are not being broken down appropriately. And kind of our body tries to compensate sometimes by producing more acid than really should be used in the stomach, or food simply is kind of like a washer machine and keeps churning in our stomach, churning, and eventually that acid simply goes up our throat, etc. So simply getting to the source of the problem, not just blocking acid or stopping acid or taking something to inhibit acid, really getting to the source of the problem, which is simply not digesting your foods properly, makes a world of a difference. And that's where enzymes come into play. In the case of our plant-based blended enzymes, they begin working pretty much like I mentioned earlier, right from the moment you swallow your food in that upper cardiac portion of your stomach. So digestion begins right there, breaking down those large substrates into smaller molecules. And as food goes down into your stomach, other enzymes activate. So enzymes that thrive in an acid environment, and they continue breaking down foods. So again, foods can empty from your stomach in a timely basis, and in many cases, that'll give you relief from that type of symptom.
You mentioned that they're plant-based, and I know there's also glandular enzymes out in the marketplace. What's the advantage? Why has Enzymedica chosen the plant-based enzymes over glandular enzymes?
Great question. As we know, glandular enzymes are derived generally from the glands of the organs of different animals, generally pigs or cows. And just in that sense, many people will hesitate. A vegetarian person probably would not take that kind of product. And even for us, kind of the concern comes up as far as, what kind of food was that animal eating, or what kind of antibiotics were used, etc. So we chose the cleaner version of enzymes. Secondly, plant-based enzymes compared to glandular or animal-based enzymes are generally anywhere from 10 to 100 times more potent for the same amount. So you'd have to take a lot more of the glandular enzymes than the plant-based sometimes to see a result.
Wow.
And also, animal-based enzymes generally are very sensitive to acid. So when you look at a animal-based enzyme product, usually you're going to see some type of enteric coating or some type of protective capsule, because if it opens in your stomach, basically those enzymes would break down. They'd be denatured. But in the case of the plant-based, they're much hardier. So even if it doesn't function in the acid, it can sustain its shape and activate when it reaches the environment it likes. But there's also actually enzymes, plant-based enzymes, that thrive and enjoy the acidic environment and have high activity. So that's why they can provide digestive support right in the stomach.
That's interesting. You wouldn't think that. Its logic would say, "Oh, it must be the animal ones that are more potent." But that's fascinating. You mentioned raw foods earlier, and there's a lot of thinking, and we know that actually the cooking diminishes or destroys some enzymes, and that it's good to eat raw foods. Is there a percentage that's good raw to cooked? And it's kind of hard to tease it out sometimes. Are enzymes good to take even with a raw food diet? For somebody who's a raw foodist or just eating a salad, would an enzyme still be appropriate?
Great question. Like you mentioned, it's tough really to give an opinion as far as the percentage. Some people feel 100% raw and vegan is kind of the way to go. And, some people thrive in that lifestyle. Others sometimes have tried it and simply not felt as well, and maybe do an 80-20 mix. Right. Some do a 60-40 mix. So it's really tough to make a recommendation. I mean, we have to try it and see how we feel, but, different blood types, different factors come into play. But even for people that are on a strictly raw diet, enzymes can provide support. Why? Well, simply the food choices, the food market today isn't what it was, say, 50 or 100 years ago. Sometimes it's getting food from long distances. Sometimes the enzymes themselves are inhibited in food in order to conserve, shelf time. So many factors right now are involved, the depletion, of soil, of the minerals in our soil, etc. And all of that affects, the natural enzymes that should have been in our food. So taking a supplemental enzymes, even with raw foods, can again help us extract all the goodness of the good dietary choices we're making.
That's interesting. So you in taking enzymes, that you're actually maximizing getting more out of the effort that you're making for all of us who are trying to eat healthy. You're getting more vitamins and minerals out of your zucchini or your tomatoes or your lettuces, and it's true, isn't it? Also, that taking enzymes can help with detoxification.
Absolutely.
Wow. Okay.
It in many cases, as you know, so many people suffer with constipation. So many people maybe are making good dietary choices, but if they're not breaking down their foods properly, and it's sitting, in their intestines 5, 7, 10, or 14 days, as you can imagine, Holly, that's not going to be a good environment there. Toxins are being produced, things are fermenting, things are going rancid, and that equals toxins, leaking into their bloodstream, affecting their overall health. So, again, breaking down foods to their smallest component. Again, think of the little scissors, smaller molecules. We absorb the good, but the waste product is also in smaller molecules. So it can make its way much easier through the yards of intestines that we have and vacate our body in a much more timely manner.
Wow, that's important because, it's so frustrating for people who are really trying to make the effort to eat well, and it costs a little more to do so. It really sounds like enzymes are sort of the key puzzle piece for people that still might not be feeling very good.
Absolutely.
Yeah, very interesting. We're going to take just a short break. We'll be right back, folks. We're talking to Hamilton Cabanilla of Enzymedica. I'm Holly Adams. Stay with us. You're listening to the Healthy Home Hour.
Skin Gel by Aloe Life is made from fresh, certified, organically grown aloe vera leaves. The formula contains 1% skin nutrients of vitamin E, A, and C combined with additional herbal extracts. The ultimate value of Skin Gel is unmatched by any other topical aloe vera on the market today. The golden yellow color shows the presence of the yellow sap used traditionally for healthy skin. Skin Gel by Aloe Life is a natural and safe way to support the body, popular for hair, scrapes, burns, scars, sunburn damage, or troubled skin. Skin Gel by Aloe Life is a natural astringent, perfect to apply to clean, washed skin to tighten, and may even support cell regeneration, as shown in Aloe Life's 1997 skin study. Follow with face and body lotion for maximum benefits. Look for Aloe Life products at your local health food store or online at aloelife.com, or call them today at 1-800-414-2563. That's 1-800-414-ALOE. The Aloe people. Aloe Life.
Friends, are you in and out of doctors' offices suffering with digestive issues, gas, heartburn, allergies, weight loss challenges, depression, or declining health in general? Well, find out why and what to do about it in the best health book of the century, fully referenced, called Beyond Gluten Intolerance, GIS. 3 books in one with 12 chapters, well referenced, including recipes, and over 80 health conditions and 20 healthy focus factors required to reach optimum health. Beyond Gluten Intolerance, GIS, is for people living with any disease, those who desire to reach a healthy weight goal, and others purely seeking disease prevention and learning how to stay healthy. Visit www.beyondglutenintolerance.com. That's beyondglutenintolerance.com, or call 1-800-414-2563. Learn how making just a few dietary adjustments and getting digestion functioning back again makes the world of difference, often in just days. Visit www.beyondglutenintolerance.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, listen up. This is your favorite superhero, Captain Immune System. I'm always hard at work defending you against millions of bacteria, viruses, toxins, and parasites that would love to invade your body. But sometimes, even superheroes need a helping hand, especially with winter approaching. It's your job to help protect the protector. So start by eating a better diet, exercising, getting plenty of rest, and adding some quality supplements to your life. one being my partner in crime, aloe vera. Aloe vera is full of vitamins, minerals, enzymes, amino acids, and micronutrients that can help me, the immune system, to be strong and resilient against infection. Many scientists and researchers believe that aloe vera supports the body to fight illnesses and diseases. When choosing an aloe vera product, quality is everything. Aloe Life has been crafting the highest quality aloe vera products for decades. To learn more, visit aloelife.com or call 1-800-414-ALOE. Aloe Life is available in finer health food stores nationwide.
Friends, do you eat the amount of vegetables recommended by every major health organization, 5 to 9 servings daily to maintain health? Well, according to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, less than 9% of American adults do. Luckily, there's a great solution, and it even tastes good. Healthy and Slim Daily Greens Formula by Aloe Life. It's an easy and delicious way to get in the daily recommended servings of dark green leafy vegetables. Healthy and Slim Daily Greens Formula is top quality, certified organic greens blended with whole leaf aloe vera and Nepal cactus to support energy and stamina. Each heaping teaspoon supplies 3 servings of dark green vegetables that contain life-supporting nutrients, proteins, minerals, vitamins, and even essential fatty acids that people need to support body wellness. To learn more, visit www.aloelife.com or call 1-800-414-ALOE. That's 1-800-414-2563. You can also find Aloe Life products at finer health food stores nationwide. Aloe Life, where being healthy never tasted so good.
Novocaine, baby, baby. Novocaine, baby.
Hey, glad you're back. You're listening to the Healthy Home Hour. I'm Holly Adams here with the one and only Hamilton Cabanilla of Enzymedica, calling us from Venice this morning, Venice, Florida, that is. And I just want to remind you that this month coming up in April on the 18th, there's the health fair, the Healthy Home Market Health Fair from 1 to 4. It is an extravaganza of health. You do not want to miss it. Come on out for free goodie bags and gift raffles and samples of all sorts. There'll be vitamin educators there to talk to you about some issues you might be having that maybe you could get some extra help with. So try to be there. That's on the 18th. That's Saturday, April 18th, 1 to 4. And Hamilton, before the break, we were talking about, absorbing the good foods that you make the effort to eat by incorporating enzymes into your diet. And then it brings up the question, because some customers ask about enzymes and if they might actually slow down the body from making their own enzymes. Is that a possibility?
Research has shown that that's not the case. Hundreds of years of animal studies, of human studies have shown that it's not the case. It actually is a beneficial factor for our bodies to kind of supplement enzymes. And again, we talked about earlier that the most natural way to kind of get some enzyme help with digestion is simply to eat raw foods. We all know we feel wonderful when we have a salad for lunch or some fruit. And one of the main reasons is because they contain their own enzymes. In most cases, those enzymes are going to digest that food for us, so we get all the goodness, all the energy, all the vitamins, and our body doesn't have to expend energy trying to break that food down. That's kind of the same thing we're doing when we take a supplemental enzyme with cooked food. We're kind of giving the food back what it may have lost when we cook that particular food there. So it's simply an aid. And like we talked about earlier, there are thousands of other enzymes that primarily our pancreas, that kind of main enzyme factory, has to produce for so many functions. So many people think that if the pancreas isn't making digestive enzymes, it's going to go lazy or stop working. But absolutely not. It's got so much other work to do. We're simply giving it a little break from digestion.
You bring up the pancreas, which makes me think about diabetes. And I want to ask you a little bit about diabetes and enzymes, because lots of people, diabetes is sort of going out of control in the country. More and more people are getting diabetes type 2. And there's some conversation about diabetes type 3 having sort of a neurological effect on folks. Tell us about enzymes and diabetes.
Absolutely. And it's really a supportive component that enzymes are helping for, diabetes or many other diseases for that matter. Really, we're going to be unlocking better nutrients from our food. We're going to be giving our body better building blocks to rebuild cells, to kind of support, down to the cellular level, the rebuilding of different organs or bones or joints. So that in itself is going to provide support for, you name it, the liver, the pancreas, our heart, every organ that's involved. But when it comes to our pancreas, to our liver, organs that are more involved with digestion, the better we can digest our foods and kind of our GI tube, kind of that tube where digestion should take place, the better those organs are going to function, the better they'll be able to take care of themselves instead of being overtaxed with having to deal with all this uncooked food that nowadays in our standard American diet, sometimes we're consuming. Sometimes there's such little raw food that our organs are overtaxed. So simply by providing our organs a break from all this, overstimulation really allows them to function better, whether it's insulin production, enzyme production, or the filtration of our blood, you name it. These organs are going to be able to work more efficiently, and many people start taking digestive enzymes maybe for a little gas, a little bloating, or a simple cause, but start seeing so many other wonderful benefits in avenues that they didn't even make a connection to.
So you're talking, it sounds like enzymes are actually helping people with overall with vitality and maybe even have an anti-aging effect.
Absolutely. And that, again, is something we try to help people understand, by better absorption of nutrients, better elimination like we talked about. And that third concept, which we briefly touched upon, that conservation of energy, that really is a wonderful factor that sometimes is overlooked. Because, again, our pancreas has so much work to do. And some doctors, some scientists estimate that because of the amount of cooked food that most of us ingest, nowadays, that sometimes our pancreas is doing roughly of all the work it needs to do or all the energy it has, that sometimes anywhere from 60 to 80% of our pancreatic enzyme energy is going to digestion. So if 60 to 80% is going toward digestion, it leaves very little for all the other functions that our pancreas has to work on. So that's kind of the missing link where, again, supporting our pancreas, taking some of that load off, has wondrous, results in many other avenues of our health.
What about, you mentioned the percentage, the actual numbers. Is there a more natural or a healthier old-time standard of how much energy the pancreas might have? Maybe not 60 to 80, but before it used to be 30 to 50, or what's normal?
I haven't seen that yet as far as, the percentage, but generally people that, for example, eat more raw foods or have a vegan lifestyle, you're probably down, anywhere from maybe 10 to 30%, because there's still some digesting to do, but it depends. Are they consuming maybe some proteins, maybe some cooked foods, etc.? Well, the pancreas maybe will be a little bit higher, maybe that 20 to 30%, as opposed to somebody that lives, pretty much a raw vegan diet, they're maybe down to 5 or 10% because everything that person is consuming has pretty much its own enzyme. So, and it's going to vary, like we talked about also, in the food supply nowadays. I just saw an article about an apple that's being developed that won't turn brown.
Oh, I know.
How do they do that?
Oh.
Well, they got rid of the enzyme. That's simply the way they were able to do that. So if somebody eats that apple, they're going to have trouble.
It sort of begs the question, if GMOs, genetically modified or engineered foods, are playing a part in people's food sensitivities.
Absolutely. I agree with you 100%. Things are being modified in a way that, sometimes nature didn't intend things to be. Certain molecules are being formed in the foods that, there isn't an enzyme that our body can produce to break that bond down. So all these different factors, again, are wreaking havoc, in our digestive system.
So, it seems that as I mentioned earlier, with it being spring and people having problems with allergies, wondering what you might recommend. I know that Enzymedica has a product that speaks to allergies. Why does it work? What is it doing?
It's the product that you're mentioning there is called Allergy. And Allergy is our high amylase therapeutic formula. So it's a formula you're going to be taking in between meals. It does have other enzymes because enzymes do work best in a synergistic blend. They kind of support each other and help that one main enzyme, function even better. But the main enzyme in that product is amylase. And what we found is simply a lot of people that suffer, a little more than others with, those seasonal, allergy situations seem to be low in their amylase production. So it kind of causes their histamine to overreact to things that, are really not going to kill them or harm them, pollen or a little grass or, pet dander, really is not a life-threatening situation, but our body overreacts. So with the amylase, and again, the science behind it hasn't quite gotten to the exact reason why, but taking amylase on an empty stomach seems to allow our histamine to not overreact to these, environmental factors there and kind of calms those reactions if they are occurring.
Hamilton, what is it with histamines? There's a lot of people who have problems with it, not just for allergies, but in general. Is that something that enzymes are targeting?
Not directly, to be honest. But again, kind of overall supporting our immune system, I think, is the key. Digestion, again, in most naturopathic, avenues is the foundation. And in my humble point of view, sometimes, again, the foods that we're not digesting or, foods that are known to stimulate our immune system, like gluten or certain factors from dairy, kind of have our immune system always in an overreaction, fight or flight mode. So everything it sees, it simply panics when any protein or any type of substance enters our bloodstream, and it reacts that way to those environmental factors too. But if we can also support digestion by not allowing those, substrates to enter our bloodstream, in many cases what we see is that the immune system as a whole starts relaxing somewhat. So it also helps with the histamine production and that overreaction that may be occurring to those simple substrates.
Wow, okay. It just sounds like it's such a foundational thing to be doing for yourself, to take enzymes. Folks, stay with us. We're going to take a short break again. We'll be right back. We're here today talking with expert international educator and holistic nutritionist. That's Hamilton Cabanilla of Enzymedica, the enzyme experts. So keep it locked. We'll be right back for more good info that you need.
Friends, do you eat the amount of vegetables recommended by every major health organization, 5 to 9 servings daily to maintain health? Well, according to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, less than 9% of American adults do. Luckily, there's a great solution, and it even tastes good. Healthy and Slim Daily Greens formula by Allergy. It's an easy and delicious way to get in the daily recommended servings of dark green leafy vegetables. Healthy and Slim Daily Greens formula is top quality, certified organic greens blended with whole leaf aloe vera and Nepal cactus to support energy and stamina. Each heaping teaspoon supplies 3 servings of dark green vegetables that contain life-supporting nutrients, proteins, minerals, vitamins, and even essential fatty acids that people need to support body wellness. To learn more, visit www.allolife.com or call 1-800-414-ALLO. That's 1-800-414-2563. You can also find Allergy products at finer health food stores nationwide. Allergy, where being healthy never tasted so good.
Skin Gel by Allergy is made from fresh, certified, organically grown aloe vera leaves. The formula contains 1% skin nutrients of vitamin E, A, and C combined with additional herbal extracts. The ultimate value of Skin Gel is unmatched by any other topical aloe vera on the market today. The golden yellow color shows the presence of the yellow sap used traditionally for healthy skin. Skin Gel by Allergy is a natural and safe way to support the body, popular for hair, scrapes, burns, scars, sunburn damage, or troubled skin. Skin Gel by Aloe Life is a natural astringent, perfect to apply to clean, washed skin to tighten, and may even support cell regeneration, as shown in Aloe Life's 1997 skin study. Follow with face and body lotion for maximum benefits. Look for Aloe Life products at your local health food store or online at aloelife.com, or call them today at 1-800-414-2563. That's 1-800-414-ALOE. The Aloe people. Aloe Life.
Friends, are you in and out of doctors' offices suffering with digestive issues, gas, heartburn, allergies, weight loss challenges, depression, or declining health in general? Well, find out why and what to do about it in the best health book of the century, fully referenced, called Beyond Gluten Intolerance, GIS. 3 books in one with 12 chapters, well referenced, including recipes, and over 80 health conditions and 20 healthy focus factors required to reach optimum health. Beyond Gluten Intolerance, GIS, is for people living with any disease, those who desire to reach a healthy weight goal, and others purely seeking disease prevention and learning how to stay healthy. Visit www.beyondglutenintolerance.com. That's beyondglutenintolerance.com, or call 1-800-414-2563. Learn how making just a few dietary adjustments and getting digestion functioning back again makes the world of difference, often in just days. Visit www.beyondglutenintolerance.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, listen up. This is your favorite superhero, Captain Immune System. I'm always hard at work defending you against millions of bacteria, viruses, toxins, and parasites that would love to invade your body. But sometimes, even superheroes need a helping hand, especially with winter approaching. It's your job to help protect the protector. So start by eating a better diet, exercising, getting plenty of rest, and adding some quality supplements to your life. One being my partner in crime, aloe vera. Aloe vera is full of vitamins, minerals, enzymes, amino acids, and micronutrients that can help me, the immune system, to be strong and resilient against infection. Many scientists and researchers believe that aloe vera supports the body to fight illnesses and diseases. When choosing an aloe vera product, quality is everything. Aloe Life has been crafting the highest quality aloe vera products for decades. To learn more, visit aloelife.com or call 1-800-414-ALOE. Aloe Life is available in finer health food stores nationwide.
Novocaine, baby, baby. Novocaine, baby. I want you.
Hey, glad you're back. We're with you today, this Sunday, talking about enzymes and its foundational way that it cleans your body and allows your body to actually work better. So it's ramping up your function of your metabolism, and has all kinds of great benefits. We're talking here with with our educator today, Hamilton Cabanilla, and we're talking about how just before the break, we were talking about allergy relief and how enzymes can really help that. In particular, Hamilton, you mentioned Allergy. That's so very good for folks that are suffering.
Correct.
Last weekend here in Charlotte at the Healthy Home Market, there's something called the Gluten and Allergy Free Expo that travels around the country. Well, they were in town last weekend, and the Healthy Home Market presented there, and there were so many folks talking about allergies and gluten problems. How do you think that enzymes can really help with this trend in health or poor health, really?
Absolutely. I think as a company for the last few years, it's kind of been a focus for us, these food sensitivities or food intolerances, because they are becoming basically a hot topic. It's affecting more and more people. And food substrates such as gluten or lactose or casein, the dairy protein, or even lesser known food substrates such as phenols. Phenols are, in simple terms, the antioxidant beneficial substance found in certain berries, certain fruits, but when they're not digested properly, trigger reactions in certain individuals. So enzymes, basically, like we talked about earlier, can serve kind of like a scissor. They'll take these tough-to-digest food substrate, as gluten is or as dairy is, and they'll start breaking them down. Because in many cases, it's not that we're allergic to these food substrates. It's simply that we're not breaking them down properly. In some cases, they're leaking into our bloodstream, stimulating our immune system, causing, different reactions there. Or in the case, for example, of lactose, that dairy sugar doesn't get digested. It simply sits in our intestines, starts fermenting, and there comes the gas, there comes the bloating, there comes the water intake, to try to get rid of it, and there comes the diarrhea. So enzymes, by breaking down these food substrates properly, can in many cases alleviate those symptoms.
So, Hamilton, what about, a lot of children have this. They have a lot of allergy issues, and they've been to the allergy doctor, and they have shots, and they go through all this stuff with mold and dust and mites, and never mind getting into all the food issues. Would people like that have a real benefit from enzymes?
I believe so. In many cases, again, it's all kind of interconnected.
Okay.
But the foundation still, we feel, is the digestion. If it's not functioning optimally, there's, the leaky gut starts occurring even in young children. Food particles start going into the bloodstream, and things simply start overreacting. We've formulated a product which is called Digest Spectrum. It's kind of our complete food intolerance product, and it's a product that actually was inspired by the autism community. Those children suffer with very extreme food sensitivities, and it's a product that has had amazing results. It won Digestive Product of the Year by voting from parents of autistic children and band doctors back in the day. For the changes it had in these children. So even if your child isn't autistic, I think addressing those food sensitivities, which are more prevalent nowadays, will make a world of a difference even in those other types of allergies they may be suffering with.
Yeah, I've been so impressed with what Enzymedica is doing in the autism world. You've got the Autism Grassroots Tour and their Autism Treatment Center of America. I mean, it is so clear that Enzymedica is trying to find solutions for autism. And do you think that the problems of autism really start in the gut?
I believe so, and so do many doctors that specialize in that field. And simply, we've seen it. We kind of got into autism or learned about autism from an author who wrote a couple of books. She had 2 children with autism. Her name was Karen DeFelice. She passed away about a year and a half ago. But in her research, trying to find, solutions for her children, she kind of started learning about enzymes. And, without our knowledge, started using our products, I'd say maybe 10 years ago. She started using our products with her children and saw amazing results. So she wrote a book about it, Enzymes for Autism and Other Neurological Conditions, and we kind of learned about it and started talking with her and started seeing the changes not only in her children but in so many other children that enzymes were having. So it kind of became our company cause, and we started developing and working closely with that community. But it absolutely, some of the testimonials we receive here in the office of children that sometimes had never spoken a word in their lives, 8, 9 years old, start using the Digest Spectrum. And sometimes it sounds too hard to believe, but after using the product, sometimes just 2 weeks, start saying their first few words or start making eye contact with their parent or with their dad in one recent testimonial we read. And it's not the cure for autism, we know that, but it plays such a big factor in so many of these children.
Wow, thank you. That's great work. It's, I wonder, autism's on the rise. It's up 650% since I think it's the late 70s, early 80s. Is there something different about how we're digesting than, say, our grandmothers or our great-grandmothers? Why do you think we have these digestive issues in our time?
I think it's a combination of factors. I think we're dealing so much more with environmental toxins. Again, our food supply and the genetic modification, et cetera, that's in our food, the processing, the preservatives that are used. And more as we research, we see that a lot of these, if we want to call them genetic traits, kind of start with the mom, or sometimes even with the grandmother, based on how she's digesting her food, how she's absorbing nutrients during that time of her pregnancy or just before her pregnancy. So much research is now coming to light of how important it is, how so many things developing in that fetus, if they don't get developed right at that moment, basically that child or that human being is going to suffer the rest of their lives from that. But it all begins kind of with giving that fetus or that child the appropriate nutrients that it needs to develop properly, and that all again stems right back to digestion.
So you're saying then that a lot of autism you think goes back to the womb, perhaps?
I believe so. I think that there's a factor in there. And some research is showing that some environmental toxins, if the mom is around certain things, it kind of increases the percentage. But I think, too, their diet, again, enzymes don't replace good dietary choices.
Right.
They still need to be making wonderful, dietary choices, eating organic as much as they can, etc. But again, breaking down those nutrients, giving that new life that, again, begins as a single cell, which is simply mind-blowing and develops into this child, we need to give it all the nutrients that we can.
What about dairy? Lots of people for many years have had dairy issues, even before all the manipulation or this sort of new food. I like to say there's really no food in that food. Some of the food that's more manipulated, and the GMOs, etc. What is best for dairy sensitivity?
Well, dairy seems to be also a genetic issue in many different societies. We're all born with the ability to digest dairy, or most of us, make a high amount of the enzyme lactase, and specifically, which breaks down the dairy sugar. But we have a genetic trait in most of us there that after the age of 2, kind of Mother Nature telling us, hey, time to lay off the milk, that enzyme starts dropping in its production. For some of us, it drops way beyond the ability to digest even a glass of milk. For some of us, it'll stay maybe a little higher where we can consume a certain amount of dairy. But again, it's simply an enzyme deficiency. We simply are not producing enough of the enzymes to break that down properly, and there comes the digestive, issues. But if you provide, and again, it's not a license, I'm not advocating the drinking of milk, but again, if somebody chooses to, simply giving your body the supplemental enzyme to break down that dairy sugar, lactose, or that casein, that dairy protein, or even the fat that sometimes can cause trouble. When you give your body the enzymes to properly break it down, it generally, avoids us all the nasty symptoms that sometimes come along with the poor digestion of it.
Great. Well, this is very hopeful, because a lot of people are suffering, even though they're doing all the right things, they're still not digesting well. So, folks, this is great info here with Enzymedica, the enzyme experts. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Stick with us. This is Streets 103.3, Charlotte's new hip-hop station.
Skin Gel by Aloe Life is made from fresh, certified, organically grown aloe vera leaves. The formula contains 1% skin nutrients of vitamin E, A, and C combined with additional herbal extracts. The ultimate value of Skin Gel is unmatched by any other topical aloe vera on the market today. The golden yellow color shows the presence of the yellow sap used traditionally for healthy skin. Skin Gel by Aloe Life is a natural and safe way to support the body, popular for hair, scrapes, burns, scars, sunburn damage, or troubled skin. Skin Gel by Aloe Life is a natural astringent, perfect to apply to clean, washed skin to tighten, and may even support cell regeneration, as shown in Aloe Life's 1997 skin study. Follow with face and body lotion for maximum benefits. Look for Aloe Life products at your local health food store or online at aloelife.com, or call them today at 1-800-414-2563. That's 1-800-414-ALOE. The Aloe people. Aloe Life.
Friends, Are you in and out of doctors' offices suffering with digestive issues, gas, heartburn, allergies, weight loss challenges, depression, or declining health in general? Well, find out why and what to do about it in the best health book of the century, fully referenced, called Beyond Gluten Intolerance, GIS. 3 books in one with 12 chapters, well referenced, including recipes, and over 80 health conditions and 20 healthy focus factors required to reach optimum health. Beyond Gluten Intolerance, GIS, is for people living with any disease, those who desire to reach a healthy weight goal, and others purely seeking disease prevention and learning how to stay healthy. Visit www.beyondglutenintolerance.com. That's beyondglutenintolerance.com, or call 1-800-414-2563. Learn how making just a few dietary adjustments and getting digestion functioning back again makes the world of difference, often in just days. Visit www.beyondglutenintolerance.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, listen up. This is your favorite superhero, Captain Immune System. I'm always hard at work defending you against millions of bacteria, viruses, toxins, and parasites that would love to invade your body. But sometimes, even superheroes need a helping hand, especially with winter approaching. It's your job to help protect the protector. So start by eating a better diet, exercising, getting plenty of rest, and adding some quality supplements to your life. One being my partner in crime, aloe vera. Aloe vera is full of vitamins, minerals, enzymes, amino acids, and micronutrients that can help me, the immune system, to be strong and resilient against infection. Many scientists and researchers believe that aloe vera supports the body to fight illnesses and diseases. When choosing an aloe vera product, quality is everything. Aloe Life has been crafting the highest quality aloe vera products for decades. To learn more, visit aloelife.com or call 1-800-414-ALOE. Aloe Life is available in finer health food stores nationwide.
Friends, do you eat the amount of vegetables recommended by every major health organization, 5 to 9 servings daily to maintain health? Well, according to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, less than 9% of American adults do. Luckily, there's a great solution, and it even tastes good. Healthy and Slim Daily Greens Formula by Aloe Life. It's an easy and delicious way to get in the daily recommended servings of dark green leafy vegetables. Healthy and Slim Daily Greens Formula is top quality, certified organic greens blended with whole leaf aloe vera and Nepal cactus to support energy and stamina. Each heaping teaspoon supplies 3 servings of dark green vegetables that contain life-supporting nutrients, proteins, minerals, vitamins, and even essential fatty acids that people need to support body wellness. To learn more, visit www.aloelife.com or call 1-800-414-ALOE. That's 1-800-414-2563. You can also find Aloe Life products at finer health food stores nationwide. Aloe Life, where being healthy never tasted so good.
Novocaine, baby, baby. Novocaine, baby. I want you.
Okay, welcome back. You're listening to the Healthy Home Hour, sponsored by the Healthy Home Market. I'm Holly Adams, and we're here with Hamilton Cabanilla of Enzymedica, the enzyme experts, talking about everything from autism and its relationship to the gut and dairy products that can be an issue, inflammation. I want to talk, Hamilton, about some of the blends specifically. There's you mentioned Digest Spectrum. There's also a very popular enzyme blend by Enzymedica called TheraBlend, and Digest Gold is another big one. And then there's Repair and Repair Gold. Let's talk about some of the specifics.
Absolutely. We've made different digestive. We'll mention the digestive one first. We've made different products, and people wonder, well, why isn't there just one product? Well, we've made different products with different potencies. Not all of us need a Digest Gold, which is our most potent formula. Digest Gold really was created for those with more severe digestive issues. It is our best-selling product, which is kind of sad to say, kind of indicating the digestive state of our country. But yeah, as a matter of fact, it actually is about to reach a decade of being the number one selling digestive enzyme product in the country consecutively, which we're very proud of. But from there, it kind of goes down. There's Digest, which is kind of half the potency. There's Digest Basic, which is a quarter of the potency. So simply for different people, we usually recommend start with the mildest. Maybe that'll give you all the digestive support you need, and you'll feel wonderful, and you can stay with that. If it doesn't quite fulfill what you're needing or relieve the symptom you're looking for, then you can slowly go stepping up. We make formulas which are for food sensitivity. So we mentioned the Digest Spectrum, which is kind of a coverall. Then we have some that are specific, like gluten ease for maximum gluten digestion, lacto for dairy, phenol just for the phenols, veggie just for those that maybe have the gas and the bloating from a vegetarian lifestyle. From that, it kind of takes us to the therapeutic side. We have a product which is called Enzyme Defense, which is a wonderful therapeutic blend that you take away from food. They're all optimized to work in your bloodstream, and it kind of supports basic immune health. Again, it's just giving more little soldiers to your immune system army so they can defend themselves better. They can eliminate debris that much better. They can kind of help you just stay more alert. So whenever an invader is attacking your body, they can eliminate it hopefully before it starts multiplying. Inflammation supporting formulas like Repair Gold, Seragold, using enzymes such as bromelain, papain, serrapeptase, which are all basically, I call them the cleanup crew for injuries. They're attracted to inflammation sites, kind of that heat that we usually feel when we have an injury or had surgery. They're attracted to that site, and they simply will clean up the area. They'll break down any dead tissue, any dead cells, any blood clots that are sometimes impeding our body from regenerating that area. So they're just a cleanup crew, and once that's cleaned up, our body can begin that regeneration or the healing process.
So it sounds like the Repair Gold and Repair and the Seragold would also be good. You're talking about inflammation. Would it also be good maybe for arthritis?
Absolutely. That's just more of a chronic inflammation, but absolutely. In many cases, it simply requires a little bit more cleanup because, like we talked at the beginning of the show, unfortunately, our enzyme production starts reducing as we age. So sometimes our body simply doesn't have enough enzymes to help us with the cleanup of those joints or those muscles or those tissues. So we're simply giving the body more work so it can kind of take care of that. And in many cases, people do feel better.
What about, you mentioned, the various things that can deplete our enzymes, aging being one. Are there other factors? Obviously, if you're eating poor food or too many drugs and too much alcohol, but what about trauma or stress?
Absolutely. I mean, stress nowadays is being associated, and research is indicating that it can really play havoc on so many things, on so many factors of our health. But it's also going to affect our organ production. Again, when we're in that fight or flight state, our body isn't thinking about digestion. It's, running, as they say, from the saber-toothed tiger that's chasing us. So digestion or digestive enzymes or helping with digestion is the last thing on its mind. So, stress, like you mentioned, lifestyle choices, not resting enough, not drinking enough water, not, having good dietary choices. Because, again, our body's kind of a factory. If we don't supply our body the right building blocks, the right material, I usually illustrate by the right Lego blocks, if you will, we can't build, the right pieces or the right machinery. And one of those machinery that it builds are enzymes. So if we're not giving our body the right nutrients and breaking it down, well, it's kind of a vicious cycle that occurs. We're not going to be able to produce enough enzymes, and that will accelerate that depletion of our enzymes.
So it's kind of like a bad perfect storm could happen, it sounds.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. How about, is there a way that a person can tell which enzyme to take, which one would be best?
It all varies on their symptoms, to be honest, kind of what they're feeling, kind of what foods maybe they're having trouble with. Is it a specific food? Is it when they consume protein? Is it where they're having, maybe they have a vegetarian lifestyle? Or is it simply something for emergency use, like the gluten ease? Are they having, kind of immune system issues? Are they someone that kind of, are around anybody with any type of cold or or flu and the person that catches everything from everyone, or is it simply somebody maybe that's getting up in age and maybe is having some cardiovascular issues? They're afraid for their heart, maybe have a history, in their family of some cardiovascular health. So it kind of all varies from the different symptoms or maybe things that you're looking to be proactive on.
There's one that you hear about all the time, either in the health food store or at the market or out and about. People are always asking me about superoxide dismutase, or SOD. Everybody talks about it. Why is it so fundamental? Why do people like it?
Well, it's one of the most amazing enzymes acting as an antioxidant. Superoxide dismutase is one of the enzymes that can take the free radicals that are kind of the byproduct of living. I call it kind of the exhaust of our cells.
Okay.
Simply to maintain life, it needs to produce a little bit of exhaust. But where is the exhaust going? How are these things being eliminated from our body? And that's where superoxide dismutase comes into play. It's kind of that trash collector, if you will. It's kind of the environmental cleanser of our body to keep those free radicals, in check and, keep it from becoming a serious havoc. One book kind of compared free radicals in our body to a ping pong ball bouncing around at high speed and kind of a china shop. So it's going to start wreaking havoc if the accumulation starts occurring in our body. And that's where that, wonderful enzyme superoxide dismutase comes into play to kind of, keep that exhaust from coming out in a timely basis and keep, all of our cells in a healthy state.
Well, I want to ask you too, which enzymes that you take.
It all begins with digestion. My favorite is Digest Spectrum.
Okay.
Digest Spectrum, in my case, is, even though I really don't have issues with gluten or dairy, but it simply makes you feel better. One of the quickest things people ask me, well, what am I going to feel? How long is it going to take? The beautiful thing about digestive enzymes is you usually feel a beneficial effect quickly. Pretty much on the first meal you take it with, you don't get the sleepy blues like after a big meal. You get more energy. You simply feel more vibrant, have more energy to do things with your family, at work. You simply, have a more better clarity of your mind. I do the immune formula, enzyme defense. This year has been bad, at least even here in the office or in our town, with people with the flu. And I thank that product. I haven't caught the flu or the cold this whole year or this whole winter season. So it's been super beneficial. The inflammation formula, Repair Gold. I like to, play volleyball, play basketball. And I'm now 41, so I'm no spring chicken. But it helps me kind of keep up, with kind of the younger crowd. So those three are kind of my favorite.
That's great info. It's always curious to me, what would be your favorite amongst these great opportunities. And before we go, I just want to ask you about there's something called the Food Chemical Codex. Is that kind of the gold standard for enzymes? And you all have this measurable unit that's a part of it that really does speak to the excellence that Enzymedica provides.
Absolutely. The Food Chemical Codex is the only internationally recognized measuring unit for enzymes. And it's kind of a sticky, confusing topic on enzymes because different companies sometimes use weight. They'll use milligrams for their enzymes instead of, these activity units. And the way I kind of illustrate it for consumers, I tell them enzymes are like a light bulb. The same way we don't go to a hardware store and ask for a 6-ounce light bulb or a 1-pound light bulb because it would mean nothing to us. Or if I told you, Holly, hey, don't go to the hardware store. I have a 3-pound light bulb for you in the trunk of my car. It would mean nothing to you, just that it's one heavy light bulb there, but it could be 5 watts, it could be 100 watts.
Mm-hmm.
The FCC units are indicating the activity, how much potency that particular enzyme is going to have, so you could measure or kind of compare apples to apples, the products, and we guide ourselves by those measurements. We third-party test our products once they're produced to ensure that you're meeting the label claim that we have as far as potency, to provide our consumers, the best possible product.
Yeah, I have also tried the Digest Gold with ATP, and I have to say, it every time I do it, I feel this sense of relax and a calming feeling as I'm eating my meal, I have more clarity. The enzymes really are great, and I thank you so much for being here from Enzymedica to talk to us about the value of enzymes, Hamilton.
Very welcome, Holly. It was a pleasure. Thank you for having us.
Yep, we'll do it again. I look forward to it. You take care.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. So that's Enzymedica, folks, the enzyme experts. Really get what you need with enzymes. Get what you need and digest the best from your diet. And it's all available at every Healthy Home Market. And until next Sunday, I'll see you at the market. You've been listening to the Healthy Home Hour, sponsored by the Healthy Home Market and Your Streets 103.3, Charlotte's new hip-hop station. Pay it forward and restore yourself by making the healthy choices for you and your family, and enjoy life with the Healthy Home Market. Feel the goodwill and own great health. Check it out at healthyhomemkt.com. That's healthyhomemkt.com for store locations, details, and discounts. Get the best of God's green blue earth at the Healthy Home Market.